what type of material is in this pond dam. Looks like some good red clay, so I'm happy with that. I'm really surprised at the red clay down here. It's just not an area that should have red clay like this. I'm going to cut my ditch level. And then...
Hello guys, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my channel Dua Mata Kaki. Okay, let's watching my update video until finish. Okay, thank you and don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you very much.
Stump left in there. Huh. Throw that to the side. Some roots. Put that right there. At least it'll give me a good idea of what type of material is in this pond dam. Looks like some good red clay, so I'm happy with that. I'm really surprised at the red clay down here. It's just not an area that should have red clay like this. I'm going to cut my ditch level. And then what I'll probably end up doing is getting some more rock once I get it down to grade and putting like a little rock dam across there. So this way I can kind of control it and I'm not dumping all that out at, you know, one big gush there. So now I'm going to come about right here and let's use the excavator grade control. Zero that out. Let's go down about 2.5 feet. So I've moved. So I want to check the elevation of the water right there. So I'm not setting level, so it's not going to be 100% exact. So I want to go, that's pretty much the same. We'll zero out. Then go down 2.5 feet. Somewhere about right there. So that grade right there. Right there. And what that's going to do is pretty much allow the pond not to go any lower than that. But you can't drain it no deeper than your ditch going out. So as long as that is the grade that I want to lower it to, I'll be good. Then I can just come in from the side up there and cut that little bit out and kind of keep slowly releasing it out throughout the day here. mushy down here. Somebody's actually got a pretty good slope on that pipe right there. You can see it's coming out a little bit more than a water hose worth. They got about 2.5 feet of fall on 40 foot of pipe. I don't even know if that's 40 foot of pipe, maybe 30. Ditch is dug now. I'm going to take the excavator up there and go grab me a bucket of bigger concrete to kind of put right here for a check dam, and then pour that smaller gravel on top. So I went and got a bucket full of broken concrete. I don't know if I can reach down that far. Let me drive down here. I'm going to go up top and grab that gravel and pour in front of it. Grab a little bit of this gravel. That should filter through that. Alright, check dam is in place. Let's go ahead and scratch a few inches off of the little temporary dam I left and start letting the pond down slowly. Let it down about 3 or 4 inches, and then once it gets down to that level, I'll come over here and cut it down a little bit more and just kind of slowly work the pond down here today. All right, so while the pond drains down some more, I'm going to hop on the little dozer here, rake through everything over here now that I have all that put onto the pile, and go over there and root rake all that up there as well. And before I leave today, I'm going to go out there and clear the trees off of the island. Getting a little dusty. Well, I started transferring some of that brush back from up front. Well, up front, but far up on this row right here. And I'm going to go ahead and stack some of it into the burn pile. I think everything's drying out enough where it will burn through the pile here. It's a big pile, but I think think it'll burn through it, so I'm going to go ahead and stack it up. That way, all I have to do when it rains is come over here and light these bad boys on fire. It's a whole lot easier when everything is kind of perpendicular to you there, and you can grab it a little bit better. So I went through there and pulled it all out and kind of stacked everything up into one big pile here instead of one grapple full at the time, transferring it down. These machines, they work a lot more efficiently sitting here kind of transferring than to sit there and track one bucket full at a time. Pond is going down. It's probably down 3 or 4 inches, and like I said, nothing dramatic, just a nice slow little let the water out, and hopefully after lunch I can go out there and grab the island, take those trees off of it. Might still be in a little bit of water, but I think I can go out there and clear that relatively easy. At least every little bit that I take out, it just won't be as deep. I haven't been out there to the island, but from what I can reach from the bank, it was only about 2 feet deep or so. So should be able to drive out there relatively easy. So I'll get all this stacked up and I'll probably go work on that. I need to put, I may run up there with the 330 and grab another bucket full of concrete. I'm going to put some right there where I started my little cut down. That way I can kind of put some rock in there and it won't possibly cut down. It's a little bit deeper than I think I wanted now. So I can put that rock there and that'll keep it from washing down any deeper and lowering the pond deeper than I want it to go. There seems to be a lot of good springs up here, so I don't think it's going to be too big of a problem. The pond being as shallow as there is, I can't imagine there's too terribly much stuff in there, but that should leave enough water where everything's fine and dandy. It's even as dry as it is right now, there was still probably over a garden hose worth of water coming out that overflow pipe. And you can see how dusty dry everything is, so water table's still pretty high, even though things are drying out. Alright, I'm going to keep piling all this brush up and then we'll go lower the pond a little. All right, well, this is draining good still. Just finished stacking up the rest of my brush over there. I've got a mountain. I'm gonna run up there and grab his loader and go up there and get a big scoop of that concrete and dump it right here. That's a little bit lower than 2.5 feet now, and that'll just kind of keep that from changing. Water's nice and clear heading out of here. A little check dam, may throw a little bit more concrete on top of that, but it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. I'm starting to see the ring around the pond now. It's going down, so may scratch that just a little bit lower, and while I go up there and get some concrete to dump in here. What that'll do is that'll hold that grade and keep it from washing anymore. So I'm up here with the loader, and it's just a very long walk with the excavator up here. This has wheels, so it does a lot better job. I'm going to see if I can't get a scoop of this stuff right here. It's pretty small. And take it down there. I don't know how much I got. Isn't really the perfect stuff to be scooping up. See, we might go for another one here. I'll dump it out up there beside it. Pick out what I want with the excavator. Oh, we got a big piece of rebar. Let me go pull that out of the bucket real quick and throw that to the side. Be right back. So I got my scoop here. I'm gonna back down here, turn around and head down there to the pond. I'm gonna dump this in the ditch and then come back and just throw a few 20 or 30 clean pieces in the bucket. Take that down there and dump it out so that I can put it on top of the check dam. Kind of add a little bit more mass to it. So let's make the trek down here and dump this in the ditch. Making my way down here to the pond. I should have just went up there this morning and grabbed this instead of tracking the excavator all the way up there, but that was a long walk. I was like, this would definitely be a lot quicker. Alright, I'm going to go up there and I'm probably just going to get one more scoop, and that should be enough to take care of this and leave me enough to add to that check dam. And coming back here with scoop number 2, I'm going to dump it on top of the dam, that way I can grab it with the excavator and add to the check dam there. All that should be good then. Let's see, about right here, like so. All right, there's the rock. I'm gonna go park this and bring my truck back. I'm gonna go ahead and place that rock in there. Well, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now while we're here. Make sure I got enough. That would be bad not to have enough.